Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to ATS. Did you guys see the recent SCS blog post? I'll be linking it in the video description, but we got a nice surprise of things to come. And that's what we'll be discussing in this episode, in this video. We'll also be exploring a bit of a different trip here in Colorado. I've been informed that this highway, in particular 285, might contain some nice Easter eggs. I'm not sure if I will be attentive enough to spot them, but hopefully you guys will help me out, okay? So we'll be going from Colorado Springs to Alamosa via 285, 291 miles. Let's get to it. Using the engine from Farmer Dog, Cummins N14, if I remember correctly. This is available in the Steam Workshop. As rough as it gets. Can get a bit loud though, so hopefully you can still hear me. We might have to adjust the audio a bit. Do I have everything closed? I do. Yeah, it is a bit loud. The truck is the default W900 by SCS, but coupled with the interior-exterior reworks by AlexeyP. That's why everything, all the textures are high quality. And you have that nice tablet, that animated wheel. Did you guys see the animated wheel? Let's do that again, in case you missed it. Might have not shown it, that one. Very nice. Right. So, the SS blog post. When I woke up, I was greeted by a lot of discussions in the Truck Sim channel in our Discord server. And if you have not joined the Discord server yet, I highly recommend you do. The link is a bit sneaky though, it's a bit hard to find. But you can email me, theclumsygeek@gmail.com, to ask for the link and I will give it to you. It's a bit of a secret place that only those who are giving an effort will be given access to. This lessens the chance for trolls and whatnot. Anyway, so, nice plane. I was greeted by some nice discussions on the Truck Sim channel in relation to the recent SCS blog post. I think the name is the name of the blog post is The Good News and the Mixed News. In case you haven't heard it yet, let me share with you. So apparently SCS has been sneaking about with a top secret project. At least I didn't know about it. I guess no one else did, at least not if you're not an insider. Apparently they are working on a major graphics overhaul, and they will be changing the way the overall lighting works, the skyboxes, and basically how the game looks like in general by default. And based on the screenshots that they've shared so far, my goodness, I'm not sure if I'll still need graphics mods after that update. It looks super promising. They even have like old versus new photos in the SAS blog post there. One sec guys, the engine can get a bit loud, so might be worth it to lessen the sounds so that we can talk more and I can share with you more the stuff that's happening. Yeah, that's more like it. Good. Right. So yeah, in that SCS blog post, they shared the good news, which is that they are indeed working on this secret project and they revealed it now. We will be getting much better graphics with that update. I think it's going to be as part of 1.40. And basing on the screenshots, it looks magnificent. It looks very natural. Nothing too excessive. So I think they're headed in the right direction there, definitely. And if you compare the old versus new photos, before and after, the lighting is very much an upgrade. And yes, I'm not sure if I'll need graphics mods afterwards. I can definitely probably get into more Truckers MP if that's the case. Now I'm not sure if in terms of graphics, if that also includes like anti-aliasing, because as we know, anti-aliasing is a bit lacking in the default in-game graphics settings. Thankfully we have NVIDIA Profile Inspector to work around that. That looks lovely. What is that? Very interesting looking monument there, or however you call it. But yes, really looking forward to it. The mixed news, or the bad news, is it's not coming this year, which is not really a surprise, right? We only got 139 recently. I guess the more of the bad news is Iberia will not be coming this year. I guess many people were waiting for Iberia to come out this year, because usually SCS would release something. What the heck happened here? Because usually SCS would release something by December as a nice... Oh, I thought I wouldn't hit this guy. What the heck is happening? Why did that... Do we need to nudge him? AI being AI. Okay. So yeah, Iberia is something that I was hoping for this December, and it is already December. Almost the end of 2020, thank goodness. I know many people are waiting for 2020 to end. But yeah, it looks like we won't be getting Iberia this 2020, which is unfortunate. But there's a good reason behind it. Apparently, Iberia is already getting the graphics overhaul update included. So when they mentioned that they are improving the graphics, that means changing the lighting, making the lighting more natural, removing the reddish tint, I imagine, improving the skyboxes so they're higher quality, and all the overall lighting effects as a whole, they're improving. But in addition, they mentioned it's not just about the lighting, it also involves modifying all the textures, all the models that are currently in the world, like that lamppost, or that lamp, that road texture. Everything has to be, how do you say, in sync, you know, because maybe they made it in the way that this shading, this texture is colored this way because it's balanced pretty well with the default lighting. Now if they're going to change the lighting, then it probably makes sense to make sure that all the other textures, all the other objects in the world are pretty much in line with that new look, so that there's no texture that's like popping out or looking unnatural. So that involves changing the textures in all the other objects in the world in addition to the lighting and skyboxes. And they mentioned that Iberia, the reason why it's getting delayed as well, is it already incorporates all these texture changes. So when they developed Iberia, they already had this in mind. Please don't hit the sign. Missed the sign, thank you. So this should be, yeah, Route 285. Okay, good. So keep your eyes peeled, guys. I probably won't spot the Easter eggs, but they say there are plenty here. So you let me know in the comments, okay? Keep your eyes peeled for some colorful trash cans, garbage cans on the side of the road. I saw a photo of that in the Discord, and I'll tell you the reference if we ever see it. But yeah, basically it's a South Park reference. Apparently South Park is Well, they are here in Colorado. The setting is in Colorado, which I didn't know. I thought they were in Canada for some reason. Maybe because there were a lot of Canadian references. What the heck? That truck just pulled out into me. The AI is pretty insane today. They must be pretty happy with the graphics news from SCS. Anyway, going back to the news. So the news is very, I would say it's good news overall. A bit sad that Iberia won't be coming this year. But I mean, we've had so many treats this year. We've had Idaho, we've had Colorado recently. And yes, Colorado is by far the best DLC I've ever seen in both ATS and ETS2. So they're really stepping it up there. Iberia looks like it's going to be in a totally different level as well. They mentioned the challenges of the work from home setup that they had to do because of the lockdowns. They had to coordinate like 200 developers. Their entire team of around 200 needed to work remotely, and that presented its own challenges in coordination. They had like how many? 20 mappers, I think, of Iberia. Don't quote me on the numbers, just look at the article, but you get the point. So they have a big team now, and coordinating the work across those teams is very important, and it's very challenging in a remote environment. Although remote environment itself, I would argue, as I've been working remotely for a couple of years now, I would argue you are more productive if you work remote. But that being said, it depends on the type of work, and it depends on the setting that you've gotten used to. So them being used to a typical office setting, and suddenly being relegated to their homes, they didn't have proper work from home setups. They mentioned some of them had to work on their kitchen sink, or not kitchen sink, but kitchen countertop, because they didn't have proper desks and stuff like that. So definitely needed a lot of adjustment, and that overall translated to delays, because they were initially planning on releasing Iberia also this year, which probably meant 140 was also hopefully going to come this year, but now they're pushing it back to 2021. Now their hope is that by January they will be ready for a closed beta, and given the natural progression of things, it will take a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so. So hopefully by first quarter of 2021 we will have something. We will have 1.40, which includes the graphics lighting overhaul, and that one I'm really looking forward to. The switch that we did from DirectX 9 to DirectX 11 was a major update, major graphics update, but it was more on the behind the scenes stuff. Like from an end user point of view, not really much has changed, right? Because the overall graphics remain the same. Oh, that's the one, I think. Oh, I was just imagining it. But maybe that's also a reference. There were 4 mailboxes there. Is there a hidden meaning? Maybe not. Let's merge into here. Alright. But yeah, really good news. So the graphics overhaul from TX9 to TX11, when was that, guys? It's been so long. 136, 135 version. We were really excited for it, but it did not really translate into a totally different experience, because it was mainly behind the scenes stuff that improved, the optimization, the capabilities, and now this is the next step. The 1.40 graphics update is the next step in that entire thing. Oh, love that jailbreak. Okay, keep your eyes peeled. You might see some stuff here. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, those are the ones. The South Park trash cans. Oh, that's so cool. I think I only know one person. Was it Kenny? Okay, is his name Kenny? The one on the right most? The one with the hood? Oh, that's cool. So let me know if you guys spot any other cool stuff, okay? Oh, I should have taken a photo there. That's okay. We'll find some more scenic sites for sure. A nice looking small bridge there too. Guys know I love bridges. So yeah, the graphics update is something I'm really looking forward to. It was a complete surprise to me. I didn't know that SCS was planning on something, especially this early on. 1.40 should be a great version to look forward to. Now what else is included, who knows? How good it will be, time will tell. But yeah, basing on the screenshots alone, it looks very good. Graphics mods might become obsolete. Well, for sure, graphics mods will find a way to increase the experience even more. And I'm sure they will be... There will always be graphics mods. But I don't think they will be as essential anymore. Maybe a few tweaks with the lighting, some personal taste changes, additional skyboxes. That can always be a thing. Higher quality skyboxes can always be a thing. But I'm really hoping that we can do away with the graphics mods as a whole in general. Like, even if you don't have graphics mods, you'll still get a great experience. Because right now, yeah, the default lighting really leaves a lot to be desired. It is pretty outdated, and they have acknowledged that themselves. That's why they're updating this. So it's really great to see that they are working on that. They have been working on that, and it's not mainly just the... I say just, but it's a huge effort. The mapping, the expansion, the paid DLCs, they're still continuously updating the engine, improving not only the audio engine, like when we switch to Fmod, but also now the graphics engine. I guess this is part of, maybe you could call it phase 2 of the graphics update. The DirectX 9 to 11 shift was essential for this to happen. If we stuck with DX9, probably these features that they'll be implementing could not have happened, because DX9 is pretty old and fairly limited in what it can do. It probably was being stretched already with what could be done with the engine. So moving to DX11 was a bit disappointing to some, because it didn't really improve the overall quality. But now, with 1.40, maybe that overhaul, that graphics overhaul we were all hoping for, will finally take shape. So yeah, I am really looking forward to the next year in more ways than one. I'm sure a lot of you guys can't wait for it to be 2021 either. Leave 2020 behind, start fresh. Hopefully 2021 will be a much better year, right? But yeah, great to see. And yeah, that blog post that I will be linking, it not only teased the graphics updates, the before and after shots of the graphics update they're working on, they also teased a lot of Iberia screenshots. And based on how the buildings look, this is how my first impression, even with the old lighting, Iberia looks amazing. Like the detail in the buildings, the detail in the sceneries that they've shared. They're putting so much more detail in there compared to before, especially when it comes to the buildings. So take a look at that blog post if you haven't yet. Let me know if you have other insights. If you spotted some things, SCS does like to have their screenshots filled with sneaky stuff. Like, officially they are like advertising or sharing graphics updates and Iberia DLC, but those with keen eyes will probably spot like, oh, this truck in AI, oh, this new car, oh, this new trailer, oh, this anything. So oftentimes SCS likes to have these like secret updates, secret teasers, and if you spot any of those or hear of any of those, let me know. Maybe there's a new AI truck that was added. Maybe they're teasing some new trailer or some new AI cars. Whatever it is you see, let me know, okay? But yeah, this is good news for us truckers. This is great news. And it's perfect because recently we've had the sad news of NaturaLux looking like it's not going to make a comeback. I know people have been waiting for NaturaLux for ATS. It's been in closed beta for forever. But NaturaLux, how do you say? It got paused. Development got stopped. Got paused in the beginning of this year. And it looks like we can include NaturaLux as one of 2020's casualties by all signs. So if you haven't heard yet, NaturaLux Discord server has been closed. No message, no nothing. The mod author has been pretty quiet about it. I think he's doing well. I have not been able to talk with him personally. I messaged him once, but he hasn't replied. He must be busy with real life. But I think he's doing okay. But yeah, it looks like he has no interest anymore in continuing NaturaLux. So NL is working, and I have NL working right now, but it's on its last legs. Is that how you say it? Because we are making NL work by just fixing, patching, unofficial fixes, unofficial tweaks. So eventually, when the graphics engine changes that significantly and the unofficial fixes don't cut it anymore, then that will completely stop. So I'm expecting NL to be eventually phased out. So I was actually looking for a graphics mod, a new one to take its place. And I haven't found that yet. There are a lot of them out there. All have their pros and cons, and it depends on your taste, which one you like. But at the end of the day, there is no perfect graphics mod. I mean, not even NaturaLux. So you have to live with those cons the same way as you live with the pros. So I'm really happy to see that SCS is also stepping up in the graphics department. Maybe I won't need to look for a replacement anymore. Maybe I can actually just remove NL with 1.40 lighting, with 1.40 graphics update. Maybe that will be more than enough. How I'm forecasting this, it probably won't. Not because SCS will not do a good job. I believe they'll do a great job changing the overall look. But I think I will not always be, that constant search, that constant hunt for something more. So I think SCS will do a great job at improving the default lighting. But I think people will find ways to improve on that even more. And I think I will try those anyway. Such is the way of the modding life. It never ends. And that's the cool thing about it, right? Tweaking mods. I know some people prefer playing vanilla, not having to live with the complexities of having mods, conflicting, wrong load orders, outdated mods, and incompatible ones. But for me, that's part of the enjoyment, you know, the tweaking, the optimization. It's part of the geeky life. Geeky virtual trucker. Finding the best settings. Oh, look at that. What a pro. Who had right of way there? I think I had right of way. Let's have a look at the lines. Yeah, I think I had right of way. Thank goodness he stopped. Good. So yes, really great news. Hope you guys heard of it. And if not, then hopefully this video gave you a bit of news about that. So as I mentioned, I will be linking the SCS blog post in the video description. Check it out. All the mods I'm using here, if you're interested in any of them, check out the video description as well. So in case you haven't noticed, what I do these days, thanks to viewer suggestions, is I now put the main mods that I'm using in the video description. And then for download links and for a complete list of mods I'm using, check out the mods list. The link is also in the video description. That way people can have easy reference to what I'm using. And I don't have to remember everything myself. Because imagine this video like 2 years from now and someone will ask, what truck were you using or what sound mod were you using? There is zero chance I will remember that. So thank goodness for video descriptions. That's something I would advise everyone. If you're looking for something, some kind of information, something more from the video, first place you look is in the video description. More often than not, the content creators put many stuff there because they would also want to give more info and avoid the need for like comments that ask questions that they can forget about the answers to, if that makes sense. So yeah, check the video description first. If it's not there, check the comments, especially the pinned comments. Some content creators like creating pinned comments so you see it. Actually, I think you see it easier because if you're going to comment, if you're planning on asking a question via a comment, the first thing you'll see is the pinned comment. So a lot of content creators have gotten the habit of creating a pinned comment to serve as like a note, giving out the important details in there. Over here in what's the name of this place? It starts with an A, I think. Let's see. Alamosa was there. I like this sound mod. Pretty raw, pretty bassy. Oh, can we fit in? There's the train. We squeeze ourselves in, nice. Save a bit of time. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the update. I'm interested to see. Hopefully they create, even if they won't release 1.40 yet this year, I hope they release some more blog posts to share more details on what will be included. Maybe they'll have a Q&A and people can ask that. Because yes, lighting is great. Yes, skyboxes are great. Yes, the texture updates are great so that it blends well with the lighting. But what about the other graphics elements? There are always some others like anti-aliasing, right? What other aspects are there? Let me think. It's mainly anti-aliasing, the lighting is included, optimization maybe? Well, that may be part of it, because for sure when they update, they will keep a close eye that the performance doesn't get completely bogged down. Otherwise people will for sure complain. Rightfully so. So I guess they will try and keep the performance at the same level, if not a very minor performance impact. But yeah, I don't think it will cause any performance impact, because if you look at the graphics mods that we have, NaturaLux, JBX, Project Next Gen, they are mostly harmless in terms of FPS. As long as your video card can handle loading up the skybox, there is almost no impact to the frame rate, because it's just a matter of different settings, a different lighting, more white than red, more this color than that, but doesn't really involve like adding more objects to render and stuff like that. So it's mainly settings. So I guess the update that they're going to give us shouldn't impact FPS at all. So I'm really looking forward to that. We'll see. Time will tell. But now it's time to speculate, and I for sure will be hanging out more in the SCS forums. I'm sure there are so many discussions happening about that in there already. I'm sure there will be a lot of insights in there, and I'm sure SCS will be keeping a close eye on those discussions as well. Because SCS listens. They don't often respond, but they for sure listen. So SCS, if anyone is watching this from the company, thank you for all the hard work. Don't worry about, yeah, it's not mixed news for us. For me, the title of the blog post should just be good news. It's not bad news to me at all. That came as a complete surprise to me, this graphics update, and something that I'm really looking forward to. So thank you for that, for sharing that update, and I'm looking forward to how it works. Take your time. SCS has been known to release very polished updates given the current situation. Like, I won't name names, but there are some companies that release updates that are like worse than alpha. Does a certain company come to mind? Nah, I'm not naming names, but you might. Yeah, some company might come to mind. But yeah, SCS is not like that so far. So hopefully they keep that up. Better delay it than force a release that will cause havoc on the game. Right? So anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think about the upcoming update. I definitely am excited for it. Thank you much for watching. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Catch you in the next one. Clumsy Trucking. Bye-bye.